Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Just days before the 20th anniversary of the Columbine shooting, a threat made to several Denver area schools has resulted in classes canceled for the day. The massive manhunt underway for the woman police say is responsible.
A hero's welcome Kern County honor flight has touched down in Washington, D.C. 17's Tabitha Mills joins us from our nation's capital with the latest on the trip veterans are making to the memorials built in their honor.
Don't have lunch plans? We've got you covered. Our annual barbecue fundraiser with the Bakersfield Homeless Center is today. We have details ahead on this Wednesday, April 17th, 2019. Good morning. Good to have you with us. I'm Mary Kay Paquette in for Maddie Jensen alongside Alex Fisher.
Yeah, we've got the homeless barbecue happening in just a few hours. We'll get to Kevin's live hit out there in just a few moments. But first, he's got to look at your forecast, and it's going to be a beautiful day for barbecue.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of cloud cover out there right now, Alex, but that will clear out and give way to sunny skies. As we take a look at the temperatures, a very nice afternoon ahead. Temperatures are going to be near 78 degrees this afternoon into the early evening hours. And then for the mountains, 43 right now. Grab a light jacket, a west-northwest wind at 8. You also have some clouds around to start off the morning. And then throughout the day, temperatures are going to be really nice. We're looking at mid to upper 60s this afternoon. And the temperatures warm up throughout the work week and into the weekend.
New at Sunrise, all lanes of Highway 99 are back open after being shut down for several hours late last night because of two separate crashes just south of Laredo Highway. The CHP says several cars and a big rig were involved in the crashes. One of them caught fire. This all happened just after 11 last night on northbound Highway 99 in Shafter. The CHP says a car rear-ended a big rig. Paramedics took the driver and passengers in the car to the hospital after complaining about pain. A second crash happened nearby and blocked several lanes. Paramedics took one person involved in that crash to the hospital with minor injuries. The CHP says alcohol may be a factor in one of the crashes. All lanes reopened shortly after midnight.
It's been a pretty rough couple of months for motorists traveling through downtown Bakersfield, and it's not going to get any better for a few more weeks. There will be more nighttime closures along 23rd Street to allow for ongoing drainage work. Now through tomorrow, traffic will be reduced to just one lane on 23rd Street, east through M Street, and on to eastbound Highway 178. More closures next week on 23rd between D and M Streets for the same reason. So here's the bottom line. You are advised to use alternate routes through that area until further notice.
New information from Paris this morning about what lies ahead for the burned-out Notre Cathedral. Just about 40 minutes ago, the cathedral's rector, we got word from the cathedral's rector that the famed cathedral will be closed for up to 6 years. He added it's unclear what the church's 67 employees will be doing in the future. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll explain what we're learning about the extent of the damage to the cathedral and what holy rectals were able to be saved.
We are saddened to report the passing of longtime Bakersfield auto dealer Chuck Haddad. His family released a statement saying Haddad died yesterday at his home in Bakersfield with his family at his side. Elias W. Chuck Haddad built his family business into what's now considered one of the best Dodge dealerships on the West Coast. Arrangements for a celebration of life service will be announced later this week. Flowers and cards can be sent to Haddad Dodge at 3000 Harris Road in the Bakersfield Auto Mall. Haddad was 85.
Classes are canceled today as a massive manhunt continues this morning for a teen whose threats made several Colorado schools lock their doors, including Columbine High School. The FBI says Monday night, 18-year-old Sol Pice traveled to Colorado and made several threats to schools around Denver, including Columbine High School. The agency says Pice is armed and extremely dangerous. She's accused of being, quote, infatuated with the Columbine shooting. The threats come just days before the 20th anniversary of the tragedy. Yesterday, agents searched her Florida home and interviewed neighbors. Pice's father says he hasn't seen her since Sunday and just wants his daughter to come home and turn herself in. She was last seen in the foothills west of Denver. Many districts in the Denver area are closing schools today because of the threat.
It is 5:05 now, and a woman accused of drowning her infant grandson to, quote, prevent family shame is due in court this morning. Bianca Dillon faces 3 felony charges, including first-degree murder. She's due in court for a motion to continue 2 hearings, one scheduled for today, another for tomorrow. Court documents say Dillon drowned the baby just after her 15-year-old daughter gave birth in the bathroom of their Southwest Bakersfield home back in November. Documents say Dillon and her nephew, 33-year-old Bakshinder Paul Singh Man, buried the body in the backyard underneath the planter. Man disappeared and has not been seen since November. He's wanted as an accessory. Dillon's husband, Jagsir Singh, was also charged as an accessory, but he died by suicide last month. We'll have details about Dillon's appearance later today on 17 News at noon.
In your Crime Watch, a gun reported stolen last month from a Kern County Sheriff's deputy is still missing, and investigators are continuing to question a woman who told police she had the deputy's stolen backpack. Last Friday, Bakersfield police officers pulled over the woman. Officers say that's when she told them she had the backpack. She then took police to her Northwest Bakersfield home. There, officers found the deputy's stolen badge, ID, prescription pills, and paperwork, but not the stolen Glock 22. Officers seized 3 cell phones, 2 laptops, and a gas card. The investigation is ongoing, but the woman has yet to be charged.
The city of Tehachapi is offering 100 of its residents a $100 rebate to purchase a Ring security product. Here's Community Relations Specialist Key Budge talking about the deal on our partners over at KUZZ Radio.
The difference is you've got a video camera that you can have response back on your smartphone. So it'll send a signal to you alerting you that someone's at the door or that a motion sensor has been set off.
The rebate program applies only to city residents and is first come, first served. City officials say the goal is to stop residential burglaries and porch pirates. Registration begins at 8 a.m. We have a link on our website to register. You can go to KGET.com and just find the hot link icon and click on it.
Well, from Bakersfield to Washington, D.C., Kern County Honor Flight received a hero's welcome as they arrived in our nation's capital yesterday. 17's Tabitha Mills is traveling with our local veterans and joins us from Washington with an update on their trip.
Hello from Washington, D.C. Day 1 is already in the books, and it's been one for the books. From Bakersfield to Baltimore. It was a warm welcome for our veterans as they made their way to Washington, D.C. to see the memorials built in their honor.
Magnificent. Didn't know what to say.
Well, I think it's a great thing. I think it's good for the men and good for the country, for the spirit.
This is the 37th flight for Honor Flight Kern County. 10 World War II veterans, 12 Korean War veterans, and 1 Vietnam veteran make up this crew. And although the trip is just starting, they all seem to feel the same way.
If you have a chance to do this, do it.
If you know of a veteran who should go on an honor flight, fill out an application at KernCountyHonorFlight.org. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Tabitha Mills, 17 News.
And Tabitha's going to be reporting on this honor flight trip all week. She'll have another report tomorrow morning right here on 17 News at sunrise. And you can make their return trip special by being there when our veterans touch down at Meadows Field on Thursday. Honor Flight says you can welcome them back home at 8:30. Welcome back to your Health Watch. In an effort to get potentially dangerous unused medications off Kern County streets, Kaiser Permanente is participating in National Drug Take Back Day. It's happening Saturday, April 27th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. You can drop off expired, unwanted, or unused medications, and Kaiser will properly dispose of them free of charge with no questions asked. The event is happening at Kaiser's Stockdale offices located on Stockdale Highway and South Real Road.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has ordered the sales of transvaginal mesh to be halted because of safety concerns. Each year, thousands of women undergo transvaginal surgery to repair pelvic organ prolapse. That's a condition where weakened muscles and ligaments cause the pelvic organs to drop lower in the pelvis. The FDA says the manufacturers of the mesh haven't, quote, demonstrated a reasonable assurance of safety and effectiveness for the device. The agency recommends women who have had transvaginal mesh surgically implanted to continue with routine checkups. Welcome back. In your 17 Business Watch, prices at the pump continue to skyrocket. According to our KGET gas tracker, the cheapest gas in Bakersfield can be found at the fast strip on Mount Vernon and University Avenues right across from Bakersfield College. A gallon of regular there will cost you $3.45. On average, Californians are paying $4.01 for a gallon of regular. But a new study by AAA finds most drivers are filling up with premium when they don't need to. 84% of cars don't need premium gas. AAA says premium doesn't give cars a performance advantage, mileage boost, or extra engine protection. It just comes at a premium price. The average driver can save $300 a year by switching from premium to regular unleaded gas. You may want to take a peek inside your freezer. Several Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavors are being recalled. The FDA says some pints of Chunky Monkey and bulk containers of Coconut 7-Layer Bar are affected. They may contain tree nuts, but that's not labeled on the containers, and that puts people with nut allergies at risk. So far, there are no reports of anyone getting sick in connection with the recall. Ben & Jerry's says it's fixed the issue, and it shouldn't happen again. Do you want to get more efficient at work? Many of us do. Experts say managing one thing can help: your email. Money expert Stacey Johnson explains tips for organizing your inbox.
According to one recent survey, nearly 70% of Americans can't go to sleep without doing it. 40% have done it at the dinner table, and 70% of us do it before 8 a.m. What am I talking about? I'm talking about email. Whether you work at a computer or just have a smartphone, you know how much of your time these things can suck up. It derails your train of thought. It interrupts your entire day. Like Pavlov's dog, you hear a ding, you check your email. After all, it may be important, right? But it usually isn't, and it destroys your focus. What you need to learn to do is manage that email instead of it managing you. And that's exactly what I asked an expert for some advice on. The first is to turn off those little noises, the dings and other things that interrupt your focus.
Otherwise, you're going to spend your whole day constantly reactive to what other people need as opposed to focused on what you really want to be doing today.
Next, stop using your inbox as a task list so you can take charge of how you spend your day. And finally, clear your inbox every day.
Nobody leaves messages back in their postal box after they take the mail out and read it. Why do people do that in their inbox? Instead, just press archive all or move all the messages out, and you'll feel this weight lifted off of you.
So there you have it. The key, controlling your inbox so it doesn't control you. But that's just the beginning. We've got a bunch more tips, including specific instructions on filtering your email. To see those, just go to moneytalksnews.com and do a search for email. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacey Johnson.
Money Talks is brought to you by your local consumer credit counseling service. If you've got debt problems or just want some free budget counseling, call today.
Thanks for listening to the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's a 15-minute summary of everything you need to know about Kern County. There's a new episode every weekday.